everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm Emily Garrett. I'm a senior manager at AWS, and I run AWS Marketplace Professional Services as well as AWS IQ. So I run our product and engineering team. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about how you can accelerate your AWS journey with AWS Marketplace Professional Services. So who's used Marketplace thus far? All right, familiar. Who's anyone purchased professional services? Okay, great. Does anyone sell professional services? All right, we got a couple of partners. Awesome. Cool. So we launched Marketplace about 12 years ago to really help our customers to streamline their procurement journey, specifically in purchasing software. And then about 5 years ago, we realized that we could extend that same motion and that same buying pattern to professional services and really help you to continue to accelerate your journey, and also to help you to outsource some of the services that you might need to implement AWS services or third-party software. So all the things that are being announced here at re:Invent, perhaps it might be helpful for you to get an expert to help you implement that if you don't perhaps have the expertise on staff. So we launched professional services with curated offerings and associated services. So all of the offerings on Marketplace are going to be bespoke. They're going to be customized to your specific needs. So you can think of the listings, which I'll show in just a moment, as basically a billboard telling you what type of things you might be able to get, but then it'll be customized to what you need and what your technology is and what your team can manage moving forward. Partners will also offer you customized pricing, payment schedules, and terms. Professional services today, you can purchase upfront, so you pay the whole bill at once, or in installments, where there's a schedule and you pay as that bill is due. And you can also work with your preferred channel partner from start to finish. So earlier this year, we launched reselling of professional services, which allows you to have a relationship with one channel partner, but potentially multiple service providers are providing that service. That can allow you to get even more specialized assistance through Marketplace. So how do we do that? First, you want to find the right solution. You might skip this step. You might already know the partner you want to work with, and then you'll just skip right ahead to the procurement functionality. But you can also browse professional services on our Marketplace website today. As of November, we have over 10,000 professional service listings, so there's quite a host of offerings that you can purchase. If you find one you're interested in, you would contact the seller for customization. So you'd provide your contact information, a little bit about what you're looking for, and then they'd work with you again to find that solution, that statement of work that would really benefit you and your needs. So then once you're ready to purchase, as with anything else at AWS, we start with the permissions. You're going to need to have the right permissions to make that purchase. You would go to the IAM console, so the AWS Identity and Access Management console, and you're going to choose the left pane, you're going to choose roles, and you're going to create a new role. So we're going to create a role which will enable us to make the purchases that we need. That makes sure you have some control over who is doing the purchasing. You would choose the AWS account where you will want to make those purchases. So in professional services, the account you're choosing here is going to be the account that's going to be charged. There's a little bit of flexibility with professional services. With software, it would be the account where that software is actually going to be deployed. With professional services, it might be the same, it might be different. It can be whatever you really need. And then you're going to choose Add Permissions. I'm going to go through some of our preset permissions. Those are a little bit easier, but you can also create your own granular permissions. So if you know exactly what you want, you can set that up yourself, but I'm going to go through the fairly basic setup. So we have 3 permissions that would be particularly useful here. We have the read-only permission, which would allow users in your account to view but not change the subscriptions. So this could be useful for someone who's doing primarily like an auditing type role. We have AWS Marketplace Managed Subscriptions, which is going to allow you to subscribe and unsubscribe. Subscribe is the term we use in Marketplace for purchase. So purchasing is going to be this Managed Subscriptions one. And then AWS Marketplace Full Access, of course, enables you to do anything. Now, depending upon how large your organization is, you might need to work with your IT admin to get these permissions set up. But these are going to be the permissions that would enable you to purchase these professional services. So you choose Next. and then you enter a role name to help you remember, what we're trying to do with this particular role. All right, so once we have the permissions set up, from there it's relatively easy to procure the professional services. You would get a private offer sent to you. So a private offer is that customized scope of work, billing terms, legal documents, everything you really need to enable yourself to purchase professional services on Marketplace. The partner that you can work with will send over the private offer. You might need to negotiate back and forth to discuss, to really land on the deliverables, the statement of work, the legal terms, the payment terms that work for you. But once you've reviewed and decided, you'll be able to review and accept that offer. After the work is completed, or either upfront or in the installments, you'll see the bill in your AWS billing console. So you can see here, this is the bill. All the bills for professional services are charged as out-of-cycle bills. So you'll see a standalone charge for your professional services. But depending upon your payment terms, those bills are going to be due when your normal billing is due. So if you're on invoice terms, it would be due whenever that invoice is due. If you're on credit card terms, you would be charged right away. And it's going to be charged again to that AWS account. We also support purchase orders in professional services. So when you accept that private offer, there's an option where you just select Add Purchase Order. You can go ahead and click that button. You would add the purchase order, and then it would be right there under invoice date. You'd be able to see that purchase order and really help out your procurement team. All right, well, my email address is ekg@amazon.com, so easy and short to remember. Thank you all so much for your attention. Have a great evening, and please feel free to ask me any other questions. I'll hang out here a little bit afterwards. Thank you.